And we are back live, Hip Hop 95, Atlanta's number one streaming hip hop station. This is your boy DJ Ish. We are tapping in Atlanta's number one streaming hip hop station. Said that once, we're gonna say it twice. This is the radio show about nothing. To my left, lifelong best friend, co-host, co-creator, D.rock, Beehive commissioner.
Yes, I won't take credit for that. There's some crazy ass Beyonce fans. I won't even take credit for that. I just love Beyonce. But get into that in about like 3 minutes. First off, welcome back. Hello, episode 45 in the building. This episode will be titled "But It's Beyonce Though."
Yeah, we're good. It's Beyonce though.
Episode 45. And before we go any further and we get into Beyonce and the rest of the week, please subscribe below, like, comment, all of that good stuff. And then in the bio, you will see, I'm assuming you're watching on YouTube if you're watching this now. If you're listening live, then go to our YouTube channel, The Show About Nothing.
Shout out to the twins listening live.
Shout out to the twins listening live. And in the bio, you will see all of our socials. Follow those too. Like us on TikTok, all of that good stuff. But, Ish, how was your week?
Listen, it was a good week for real. It was a good week for real, but I didn't see the Queen. So that's where we gonna start. But before we start with Beyonce, I just want to bring this to you. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. Mm-hmm. Did you see the 40K Beyonce tweet?
The 40K?
So it was this young man. Uh-huh. He's 21. Uh-huh. His girlfriend was 20. Mm-hmm. Someone in his family passed and left him 40 bands. Mm-hmm. And he took his girl to see Beyonce with 40K. He got like the super.
Oh yes,
super
I did
mega.
I see that.
How did you feel about that?
So the Beyonce fan in me was like, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
The physically responsible person in me was like, why would you get $40,000 and spend $40,000? Like, what do you mean? Like, you know, like, you could have got a $1,200 floor ticket and she would have been cool. Like, she would have been like, damn, we close as fuck. Like,
she's 20 years old. She's never had good concert seats.
Bro.
She's never sat in a good concert.
Bro, you could have got 112.
Yo, like, literally.
Row 17.
Bro,
and she would have been like,
Mercedes-Benz, they got they got the AMG lounge you could have got. It would have been $500 each.
Bro, like, the snacks cheap and shit.
Bro,
like,
I would have bought two $500 tickets and some merch, and she would have loved it. Like, but the other side of me, which leads us to the title of the show, said, Beyonce though. They let you walk around the stage,
bro,
let you
like,
go backstage.
You on the stage, damn near, like that shit is crazy. So like, it's a section. First off, hold on. I asked Ish how his week was. Yeah. I wanted to say that this was the busiest week I've had in my life. Like, seriously? I've been outside all week. Jesus. I don't know if you know this, but I was at the Wiz and Snoop show on Tuesday.
I saw that.
Yes, I was at the Wiz and Snoop show on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I saw the Meg 2 on Tuesday, and I saw the Ninja Turtles movie on Thursday.
Jesus. The Meg looks crazy.
It's awful. I picked a friend up from the airport at 2:30 in the morning the day before Beyonce. I took Beyonce off. I was out doing shit all day on Friday. Yeah. So, like, I've had a really busy week. So I wanted to, before I get into Beyonce, I wanted to talk about Meg 2 real quick because it was so bad.
Okay, so did you see Meg 1?
No.
Okay.
No idea.
I figured it was some like Sharknado type
shit.
Bruh,
all I knew was that it was 3 Megs now. Last movie it was 1, and this movie it was 3.
So, okay, what does Meg even mean?
So
is that like a thing? I thought it was
a megalodon shark.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the shark. Like they calling the shark Meg.
They do.
They
just call him the Meg. Like, but it's short for megalodon. Yeah. And the megalodon is the biggest shark. They're supposedly extinct now. I don't think they are. I don't believe in anything. I
don't think nothing that was ever in the water is extinct.
Bro, like they were 70 feet long and 30 feet wide. Jesus. So like small ships. Like they look like
a boat. Yeah.
Their teeth are like this long.
That's crazy.
Like
how'd they go extinct? I'm supposed to think
exactly.
They died. Who killed them?
Exactly.
Who killed them?
So I'm gonna get to that though. So in this movie, there's 3 of them. Jason Statham, the action white guy, bald guy.
Jason Statham's in it?
Yes, he's the main character. He's the guy that kills the Megs.
That's hard.
He's a professional like sea guy.
Yeah, I fuck with Jason Statham. The Transporter series, I fuck with him.
No, Jason Statham is hard. I don't want to make fun of him at all. He's that guy for real.
He seemed like the type to take it personally too.
Yes. So The movie itself, though, he knows this is a bad movie. This is not. This is a movie you go to the premiere and everybody's like on their phone, like during the movie, because what the fuck is happening? The stakes of the movie just made no sense. Yeah. And I don't want to stay on this long, but the stakes of the movie just made no sense, bro. Like, so the movie starts off with, you know how people get, and I'm not gonna say which people, but the people get. They decided to let's make a Meg a pet. Okay. So that's how the movie opens. He's a pet now. So they got him in an aquarium, just hanging out. So of course he rips through the wall and goes and finds the 2 other Megs at the bottom of the ocean. Mm-hmm. So they'd be like, all right, we got to go get the other Megs. Some person that works in the company is down there mining some fake material that's going to make her a billionaire. And so for the rest of the movie, the Megs are chasing Jason Statham and his team, and the other lady is trying to kill them. But like, it doesn't make any sense why she needs them dead. Yeah. Like at the end of the movie, it just turns into like a brawl between humans and sea creatures. And then in the last 10 minutes, get this, a giant octopus comes out of nowhere. Bro,
that's funny as hell.
They on jet skis shooting, like dude coming out of nowhere, like he got knocked off in the ocean. Like, bro, it's Oso from Snowfall.
No way.
It's Oso from Snowfall. He's the guy working for the lady that wants to take over everything.
So funny.
For no reason.
Because he looked like the type of nigga to take any job.
Bro, like, any job. Bro, like he was giving his all into that performance. Like he was damn near to stand out of the movie, but his character just didn't make no sense. It was like, do you care so much? Like,
why are you out here?
Bro, like the lady that was running the operation died 45 minutes before the movie ended. So it was like, why are you still trying to kill these people?
Bro, they won.
Like it's over.
They won, bro. The ops won.
Like there's a 70-foot shark in the ocean, and you're worried about these people trying to stop the shark. Like you're trying to kill them. Do you realize what's happening? Crazy. And then I'm not done. There were Komodo dragons.
Like the joints, like
they were villainous though. Like all they saw was blood.
Evil Komodo dragons is crazy.
It was evil Komodo dragons attacking the people on the Thailand island.
So like
while the Meg was attacking the island and the octopus was trying to stop the Meg, and Jason Statham is trying to stop all of this by himself with the speed.
So it was like a human fish alien war. Like the fish rebelled, and then it was like, hold on, we was here first. That's so funny, bro.
And to make everything worse, bro, I went to the Atlantic Station movie theater and saw it in ScreenX. And in ScreenX, the movie plays all around the theater in certain parts of the movie. So my dumb ass in here looking this way.
Niggas.
And there's a squid over here, a Komodo dragon over here, and Jason Statham on a jet ski. And it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Bobbing and weaving.
So that's how my week got started.
They drop movies like that and be like, man, why does nobody watch movies anymore?
Bro, like
damn Marvel.
It's like, damn, like if anybody ever saw this movie and went and spoke about it, no one else is going to see the movie. Like, there's no point in going to watch that movie.
No wonder it's a writer's strike.
The next day, I go see Wiz and Snoop. Real quick on this. That was amazing. Real shit. Did not know Snoop had to pull like that. I wanted to give Snoop his flowers, bro. Like, so the show started with Burner. DJ Drama was the host. So Burner went. DJ Drama came out first. Burner came on, did a little performance, gave out some weed and all that good stuff. Yeah. Drama came back on, then Warren G came on. DJ Drama came back, and then Wiz came on. Wiz rocked that shit. You forget, like, it was a lot of like the white people you see in sundown towns are the type of white people that are at these concerts.
Oh yeah, Wiz. Oh yeah,
like, Wiz brings out
Wiz from Pittsburgh,
and he got he got white fans, and he has a white bag. So he was on more side of that. But the set, he's a great performer, very interactive, and does not rap over the tracks. Like every verse, like he performed, like Black and Yellow, he performed all 4 minutes. We Them Boys, he performed all 4 minutes. Roll Up, he performed the whole song. He did the Miley Cyrus songs, and then he did Taylor Gang, like one throwaway, and then the rest was like his pop bag.
Did he do phone numbers?
No. Like he didn't do none of that stuff. Like it was like his pop bag. And I was like, it was concert music, so it felt good. Like people was dancing and shit. But then Snoop came out, and that's really what I just wanted to touch on real quick, bro. Like, nah, he's still him. Like he came out in the stretch, like in the stretch Chevy, pulled up, and he got out the car, lit his blunt. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and Snoop, like, and that shit dropped. I said, "Oh no, he's him." He had the Snoop Dogg sweatsuit on.
That's
like,
crazy.
He was like, his set was amazing. Didn't rap over none of the tracks. Rapped everything, start to finish. Warren G came out, Wiz came back out. They closed together. It was a great concert. Seriously. So you can't go see it now. The tickets were cheap. They were $9, but right before the show for the lawn. So it was a great show if you just wanted to go out, like smoke some weed,
and do something.
Do some shit. It was a phenomenal.
That's hard.
concert. So then that brings me to Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Go see that movie. I won't even say anything.
Yeah, no, I'm taking my nephew. It is
so good.
You know how I feel about Ninja Turtles.
Yes,
Like
yes,
I really
yes.
like. Listen, niggas call me crazy on Twitter. Who cares about Ninja Turtles?
No.
Look at niggas now. Look at niggas now.
Look, bro. Look. That Ninja Turtle movie is the second best movie I've seen this year. It is this.
They said it's like Spider-Verse.
It is this close to being better than Spider-Verse.
That's hard.
If this was the Spider-Verse has the luxury of being a sequel, so we were familiar with the character. So I think that you get into the story faster.
Yeah.
Because they have that luxury, that's why it's the better movie. You just get a little bit more of a plot, like a longer plot, because you don't have to introduce anybody.
Yeah.
But this Ninja Turtle movie is a perfect movie. Like
That's
me and Taylor. So this is how good the movie was.
Yeah.
It was me and Taylor, a couple to the side, to the right of us, in the front of us, 2 couples in the down here to the left, and then 1 in the middle. So it's probably 12 people in this movie theater. We became friends throughout the movie because the movie was that funny. Like we were laughing at the same jokes and everything. We started clapping in the movie. You know how funny 12 people in the movie clapping sound? Like we were clapping and like woo and cheering and shit. Like it was a perfect movie. Like it's a kids movie, but they throw in very good adult like jokes that kids aren't gonna get, and then they throw in some like it's the pop culture references, of course, are great. Right. It's a perfect movie. Like go see it.
I can't. Yeah, me and my nephew.
It's hilarious, bro. You're gonna text me in the middle of that movie and be like, "Yo, this shit is so funny." I might see that twice.
I love the Ninja Turtles.
And Seth Rogen is him.
Oh yeah.
Seth Rogen is him.
Seth Rogen on a crazy run right now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Speaking of, Invincible's coming back soon.
Is he on Invincible too?
Yes, he is in Invincible.
Oh my god!
Yes, he is in Invincible. He is crazy.
Like going from Will Ferrell to Seth Rogen is crazy. Like, them two white men are stand-up guys.
Seth Rogen on a crazy burn. Yeah.
So because I just spoke for 10 straight minutes, I want to ask you this before I get into Beyonce. Not seeing anything from the concert, and not going to the concert, but seeing what this moment has meant to the people that like Beyonce. Yeah. You're very in everything. So what have you seen that has made you want to watch the show, are excited for the movie that comes with the show? I just want to see what you have seen.
I really toyed with the idea of going last night because I did see how cheap the tickets were Friday. Mm-hmm. But because we were doing the show today, I didn't know how crazy it get. But 1000%, it's been the reactions from people, and not even their videos or the pictures they took, them talking about the little things, like how they was crying during the transitions, everything I've heard's been amazing, the choreography, but above it all, easy, and this has gone viral, and I told you this, I knew Atlanta was going to be the first city to be quiet. I knew first night, nobody's going to say anything. I knew it. It was it felt like easy money. And it was just beautiful to see that. She was so happy. That was probably my first guy. Beyonce was so happy y'all shut the fuck up finally.
Yeah. She was. Yeah, she was.
She stopped singing. She was like, yeah, y'all won. Yeah.
So,
and also, but that leads me to more artists should do stuff like that throughout their tours.
I agree.
Little mini games. I would love that.
I agree, bro. Because the first night, nobody caught on.
Yeah.
Not one person. And slowly throughout the tour, it has been Okay, we're supposed to be quiet, and each city has gotten better. And I was at the first show on Friday. So I'll start from the beginning. When I get there.
Take us through the Renaissance.
So I get back home at 4:00. I walk in the house, and Beyonce's playing because Taylor's getting ready. Tyrone hits me. It's like, I'm on the way. So I am in section 115. I am in section 115. Mm-hmm. Tyrone is in section 321.
Damn, get your money up. My fault.
On the way to the show, he texted me and he's like, bro, guess what? I said, what's up? He said, I got a ticket at 114. I said,
he got his
what?
money up. Yeah, he got his money up.
I said, what? He said, Caitlyn can't go. The ticket won't sell, so she just gave it to me. I said, that's crazy.
That's beautiful.
So he goes from 320 to 114, 30 minutes before the show. We get there. I'm crazy. So I get in the house. I turn Taylor's music off. I put on Homecoming.
They can just cut that shit off.
So it's like, we finna get to this shit. So we finna prep for this.
We really finna pregame now.
For the first hour, we doing pregaming and watching Homecoming. We get up, go to the show, and about a mile away from the stadium, the traffic starts.
Oh, yeah.
And you see people in outfits walking like a mile and a half from the stadium. I pull up, I think I want to say we get in the building at about 8 o'clock on the dot. It's about 8 o'clock. She came out at like right at 9.
Mm-hmm. Show was set to start at 9 too, right?
Yeah. So
love that.
So she starts between 8:30 and 9, and I'm pretty sure it's just based on the crowd and how many people get in there. And like Atlanta is Atlanta, so people's gonna be late.
Right.
But before the show, it was truly beautiful to see everybody dressed up. In
the Renaissance outfits, right?
I've never been to anything like this. So that's the first thing that stood out to me because I've been to 3 Lil Wayne shows, and I have been to Kalani and Kevin Gates. Sorry. But
that's crazy.
Those are the only concerts I've ever been to. And I'm and Wiz and Snoop and
Lil Willie's Anifest.
Yes, that was one of the 3 Lil shows. That was one of the 3 Lil Wayne shows. So I have never seen a concert in a venue this big because we went to the Kanye listening shows. I don't count those as concerts. I count those as listening parties. Yeah. So that wasn't a concert. Kanye didn't say a word either one of those shows. So I have never been to a concert of this magnitude with people dressing up, everybody on theme, random people just saying, girl, you look good. Let's get a picture. All like the energy in the building is just different. Like it feels different when you are a part of something like this. And I won't even say I was a part of it. I just was a witness of it. And then my favorite thing about concerts is anything can happen and people just start cheering. Yeah. So the lights just got a little bit darker. Yeah. People's like, what? Yeah, she's coming. She didn't come out for another 30 minutes.
There's somebody up there testing the light.
Bro, like that's all it was, bro, like a test. And so right before she comes out, a little like, I want to say like a Jeopardy board, like all the squares come, and it's like a puzzle. That's a way better description. Yeah. The puzzle comes up, and it fills her in, and it's her laying down with one of the Renaissance cover, and then the host of I don't know, I'm assuming this person is there, but they might not be. It might be recorded tracks. But the host comes on and introduces her, and she comes out on the stage, and so her stage is a big screen. That's a better way to describe it. Her stage is a big screen, and in the middle of the screen there is a circle that opens and closes, and that's where her band is behind that. She exits and enters out of this. So, this screen is well over $1 million. Like it is the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life.
She's driving around the city with a jumbotron.
Yes, literally, like her own jumbotron, bigger than jumbotrons. Is what this is. So she comes out. And Dangerously in Love comes on. And at that moment, like the first note she hits, it's like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, she really can sing. Like, that's not nothing you've ever heard before. Like, you haven't heard a voice like that. You haven't heard runs like that. You haven't heard the how singers are able to change their voice quickly. The pitch changes. You don't hear that. You don't hear that live like I heard that. And that was the first thing that I noticed. So she goes into Dangerously in Love. and then does her little introduction, blah blah blah, and then from Dangerously in Love, she goes to Flaws and All, and then after she does Flaws and All, which is on B-Day, she comes off and goes to the piano, and she says, "Help me sing this song, please," and 1+1 comes on, and I said,
"Damn,
oh my god,
yeah,
oh my god,
yeah, that's."
And then she goes from 1+1 to I Care, and I said, "Yo, you're tripping." I said, "You're tripping."
They be calling us crazy about that 20 though.
Yo,
listen, they be calling us crazy about that 20 though.
You're tripping.
Mike got a line up.
look, bro, she's tripping, dog. So we're 4 songs in. I can't remember what she does after I Care, but whatever it was, it's crazy. But my favorite part of I Care is when she sings with the guitar solo.
Yeah.
She did it there. Like, the guitarist came out, and, like, it was a thing. Like, she walked back to the guitarist, got next to him, and sung with him. And it was, like, magical. That's my favorite thing Beyonce has ever done on a song, seriously. So I speak about that anytime I bring her up with somebody. That's my favorite thing she's done. So hearing that live was just, like...
To hear her do it, actually.
To watch her do it, hear her do it.
That wasn't a producer.
What?
That wasn't a
producer. Like, that was her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at her. Like, so it is truly, like, people were crying. People dance. Like, I watched people dance from the moment she came out to the moment the concert ended. It was, the energy in the building was contagious, infectious. It was everywhere, from the hallways to the bathroom to the floor seats to level 300. You felt that energy everywhere, and you see why she is who she is.
Yeah.
I want to say this, and I want this to be heard, and I want people to repost this. Stop calling her overrated. Stop saying she can't sing. Stop saying anything negative about that woman. If you feel that way, that's cool. You're wrong, but it's okay that you feel this way. But you don't get to call a lady that sells out 80,000 seats in 3 nights overrated, because that's the complete opposite of overrated. She's selling out stadium after stadium. She is on a 60 stop stadium tour.
Yeah.
60 stop stadium tour. 80,000, 65,000, 70,000 by herself. She hasn't brought out one guest out other than her 12-year-old daughter. You don't get to be overrated. You don't get to call somebody like that overrated. You can feel that way.
Yeah.
You can say, I don't like her. Because that's all that is. She's not overrated. You don't like her, and that's okay. You can have your opinion. But somebody that has worked that hard for that long and become this person, you don't get to call her overrated. Simple as that. But as I continue, Blue Ivy. Amazing.
Blue came out? Oh, yeah, Blue came out?
Yeah, she came out. Killed that shit. Yeah. I didn't know the dance was as long as it was. I thought it was just a little shit. Not little shit, I'm going to call it. I thought it was just the dance that I saw on Twitter where it was the ending. Yeah. I'd only seen the ending. Like, she's out there for like a good 5 to 10 minutes.
That's
like,
hard. Yeah.
She's out there for a long time. Ate that shit. Like, she is Beyonce.
Yeah.
It is like the most adorable thing. It has to feel insane as a mother watching that, because like every move, the facial expressions, the fierceness
it's
of
crazy.
it, like, it is like you are embodying her, and you can tell like she loves that shit. And I am interested to see where she goes from this. I wonder if she wants to do music or if she just wants to like dance.
I don't even think she knows. I don't even think she knows. I really don't even think she knows.
I don't think it matters.
I for real think she's just having fun.
Yeah. And I think her mom was probably like, you want to dance with me? She's like, sure.
Yeah.
Like it's like, to us she's Beyonce, and to her that's mom. So it was like, yeah, I'll do it.
And a lot of artists do that to stay closer to their children while they're on tour.
Facts.
Especially with how long Beyonce works, how long Beyonce rehearses.
Exactly.
Having her there, just around, probably helps a lot.
Exactly. And so that was amazing. I don't want to stay on that too long because everybody has seen that. But what I want to end this with is Beyonce's proud of me. She told me she's proud of me.
She did?
She said, I'm proud of you guys.
Oh, okay.
And that included me. Listen. So she's proud of me is how I took that. She's proud of Daniel. Like, it's what I heard. That's all I heard.
That's beautiful. It was nobody in that stadium.
Nobody. It was just me there. And then she also loves me. Just in case y'all missed that, she loves me and she's proud of me.
That's so funny.
So, if you guys wanted to know how my week went, Beyonce loves me and she's proud of me for whatever I did.
That's beautiful.
So, it was seriously the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, the best. It's better than any movie I've ever seen, any TV show I've ever seen,
any meal
you've had, meal I've ever had, any doctor appointment I ever went to, any sketch I've seen, any coloring I've ever. It's better.
Any hoop session,
any hoop session, any game.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's the best thing I have ever witnessed with my own two eyes, and I mean that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I will end it with this, because I have a question for you that I kind of just want you to speak on. I'll end it with two things. One, again, her voice is angelic. It is beautiful, and it is amazing to see how hard she worked to become the singer she is. Because she didn't start off like this. She was always a phenomenal singer, better than 99% of the people that ever sing. But when it comes to the top of the singers, like, she was towards the bottom of that list, and she has walked her way down into one of the greatest singers of all time, just due to the due diligence and the work she puts in herself. But there's this conversation that we have where we're like, yeah, it's Mike and Prince, and then it's Beyonce. And it's no longer that. Okay. It is Michael and Prince and Beyonce. Okay. It is them three together and the rest of the artists in history. Right. She is different. I wish everybody could go see this show. I texted Ish. I said, Ish isn't like, Ish loves Beyonce. Ish is, if you love music and you really appreciate
you have to.
You have to.
You literally
but
have
like, it's a difference between a Beyonce super fan like myself and like the people we're talking about, and just a casual fan. But if you're just a casual fan, you need to go see this show because you will feel differently about yourself, about the people around you, and about her when you leave this show. Like, I was speechless leaving this show. I didn't say anything for the first 10 minutes because I couldn't grasp what I, like, it's a 2.5 hour show, bro.
That's crazy.
Like, it's 2.5 hours.
That's probably the craziest thing, like, and I noticed this from the Netflix, the Homecoming. Her stamina, her physical conditioning is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's insane for artists.
Ridiculous, bro. Yeah. And she is singing this the entire time. Her band is phenomenal. Her band is like, I left the concert like they should all be getting paid 7 figures for this tour. They are amazing. The drummer, bro. I wanted you to go listen to Rather Die Young drums just to hear that. Like, you could have walked on the concert, sat down, heard Rather Die Young, and left. So funny. Like, that's how crazy it was.
How many dates is she doing?
It's over 60. Like, she started the
tour. No, I mean in Atlanta.
She's tomorrow. She's doing one more tomorrow.
I'm
thinking about going.
Listen, I'm off tomorrow.
I'm probably going to go tomorrow. That's how good the concert is. I'm probably going to pay for a ticket to go again tomorrow.
I'm damn sure gonna look into it.
Like,
I'm never gonna look into it
because it's Monday. I'm thinking the tickets are gonna drop more than they did on Saturday. So if they get down to like $50, $60, I'm gonna go. Yeah. But it's amazing, and she is, like I said, she is on that mountain with Mike, Prince, and Beyonce. I don't know who that fourth artist will be and who it is.
I'll make my Kanye case one day, but for now, I definitely agree with where you would tier Beyonce, because that's how we kind of how we do it, like a tier of these three right here. Yes. And especially right now with what's going on with the Renaissance tour it's kind of like a parade in every city. It's kind of like watching Carnival go through, and you see every city's different, how everyone is celebrating. That was kind of that was
excellent.
As somebody who didn't go to either show, it was beautiful seeing 45 people dress up for Beyonce Comic Con on my Instagram. Yes. Like all the girls, they got the Daisy Dukes, they got the hats. Yes. The dudes, they got the silver, the Beyonce. It was super fun to see everyone join in on it. Yes. Like right now, especially right now, so many people are too cool for this. You go to a basketball game, niggas don't got the t-shirts on. You go anywhere, everybody too cool. I got my drip on, bruh. The Beyonce show, everyone look hilarious. Yes. Everyone look like they're having the time of their life. Yes. Nobody is, I got my Animal Tour fit on. No, bruh. Like, go have fun. And that's really the vibe of the whole album. And that's why the tour is so amazing. Because the vibe of the whole album is really showing, it really started to peel off that side of Beyonce that we kind of saw late. Like, I think it was the song 7-Eleven. That was the video where they were dancing around. We're like, man, Beyonce really like to have fun. Yes. And she's peeling it off. Like, Beyonce really get lit. Yeah. Like Beyonce really be turned for real.
She's having a blast on the
Yeah.
tour. You can tell this energy is infectious because what you give, you will receive. Like, simple as that. And that goes along with energy. So the energy that is pouring out from these dancers, her backup dancers, her band, I want to say again, her band is ridiculous. The energy that you're getting from the live music and then back from the crowd just feeds onto her. And you can tell she is on that stage having a blast. She comes out every show and after she sings Dangerously in Love, she says, thank you for letting me live my dream because I'm not doing this without you guys. And the way she says that, like, you can hear it in her voice. Like, you mean that. Like, you really mean that. And the question I wanted to pose to you is, next week, I've been talking for 20 minutes already. So next week, I'm going to come, like, talk about the theatrics of the show, especially if I go on Monday. Right. I'm going to pay more attention to the theatrics of the show and kind of break down that. But what you do know about this show is, and you notice it, I noticed it the second I walk into the building because now that I'm in podcasting in this space, like, I really, like, you got to notice everything to talk about it and everything. So the first thing I noticed was, oh my gosh, she spent well over $1 million per show.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like, well over.
Did you hear how they travel?
Yes.
How they have, like, multiple sets because it takes that long to move? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yes. So, like, well over $5 or $6 million, maybe pushing 10 to 15 for this show per night. I'm talking per night.
Yeah.
That she is doing this. And a lot of people look at that and just say, that's Beyonce. She a billionaire. Her whole blah, blah, blah. Money. But I look at that as you are investing in yourself.
Right.
Because she's Beyonce. She could have walked out there with the normal size screen.
With the piano.
Yep. And 10 dancers.
Oh, God.
And a cool-ass band. And gave you a better show than probably every artist on earth right now. Other than the
and people would have had just as much fun. Just as much fun.
Thank you.
Literally.
Thank you. So, for her to be at this stage in her career, who she is solidified on this plateau that she is on, and to pour this much money into a show night after night, this much energy, effort. If you go to her website, she has listed out everybody that is doing anything. She has doctors on this tour. Yeah. She has hospitality people that are just there to make everybody feel good. Right. To make everybody feel at home.
Yeah, they were the ones that were handing out the cards and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Her family has been damn near on every tour with her. So she is investing millions and millions of dollars back into herself so she can give this show for you guys. Yep. And I just wanted you to speak on that aspect of how important it is for you if you're in any creative space, whether that is music, podcasting, even in sports, like anything. You have to invest in yourself. Right. And I wanted you to speak on that because of this Kanye connection. Because you know, like, if Kanye wanted to fuck some shit up and go on the stadium tour and really fuck up rap and show you niggas like what this shit really is like he could do that. He's not.
That's
but he could do that if he wanted to. And it's because he will invest in himself. Right. He's never going to cheat himself. Same thing with, say, Bronco, all that. Yeah. He's never going to cheat it. Same thing with Beyonce. And I just wanted, because you have that perspective and you went to the Life of Pablo tour and you saw that aspect of touring, I wanted you to speak on that.
So to connect it, and I'm glad you brought up the he never gonna cheat you, because we talked about this when Dondo was dropping and about our favorite artists. And Beyonce, of course, without a doubt, is one of those artists who never gonna let you down. Beyonce's never gonna cheat you. Beyonce's never gonna give you less than 1,000,000%. And to put it in perspective, let's lowball it. Let's say it costs $2 million a night. She doing 60 nights. That's just her overhead. That's the overhead she chose. Y'all do that math. Like that is more artists. That is more money than artists have ever made in their life, and she putting it out for y'all on the tour, and it's beautiful to see. And especially at concerts, like Life of Pablo was my first I had great seats for Pablo. It was I really wanted, I had to go. And in the same way that you were in the Beyonce show, and I know you did this because anytime you're at your favorite concert, you for real just take a second. You're like, wow, this shit really happening.
Yo.
This shit really happening.
Real quick, before you continue, it was during Love on Top.
Yeah.
Like, because the Love on Top where she lets the fan sings last for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And like 15 seconds in, I just stopped and looked around and like
everyone
listened to what was going on. And I was like, I'm getting chills now because it was like, what the fuck?
Bro,
like, what is happening?
Those moments, and I remember one of the moments was for me. So the Life of Pablo stage. If you've never seen the videos or if you don't remember, basically whatever arena he was in or whatever stadium he was in, the court or the floor, those were all general admission seats. Like you were standing up, and he would be floating above the stage. But about 20 feet above him was an insane. It had to be 120, 150 lights above him, LED lights. And they would use that to like change the scenes. They would shoot fog, like to really change the image. But the way he would, so Kanye's concert was so interesting because he got so many samples that he drags the samples out. He changes the samples. I literally have an album in my phone of the tour version of this album. But I remember, I forget what he did into Flashing Lights, but I heard the beginning of Flashing Lights and the song before it ended. And then all the lights cut out, and the ones above him started going with the beat to Flashing Lights. And then the beat dropped, and the whole stadium was singing. I was just sitting there like, God damn, he's not rapping, he's just standing there. I'm like, man, like this is really insane. And these artists that put so much into it, they get to a point, and I love watching the Beyonce videos where they don't even got to do it. Like the fans that are there experiencing it are in such pure joy that they're more happy to yell the song back at you than have you do it sometimes. And man, it's really beautiful. And I'm glad concerts are back too. Yeah. Because it was a time where niggas didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, that was getting scary.
Yeah, but yeah, I have no words for it.
Yeah, that was...
It's indescribable, really.
It truly is.
Yeah.
And that's my Beyonce segment. I could have came in and did this whole show by myself about Beyonce. Like that's how good this show is.
Listen, we got 45. 45.
No, we got stuff to get to.
No, I mean that segment we got about 45. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I could go another 30 minutes easy. I want to shout out Alicia because me and Alicia have been texting about Beyonce since she's went, and she's helped us out a lot with the show. Shout out to her.
Former intern.
I've had a great time talking to her about this, and it was one of those shows where you know how when we go see a movie, like how I just told you, like go see that. Like that's how I got out of the show and texted Grace. I was like, Grace, go to Beyonce. Like go, like hurry up.
Yeah,
like,
it's so funny, especially but during the week stuff, like 30 people on my team were like, all right, it's Beyonce week. We're finally here.
Yeah, type shit, bro. Like that's how I woke up Monday morning. I was like, all right, here we go.
So 3 more days to Beyonce,
bro. Like, oh God, like the night before Christmas type shit was.
Bro, you remember when you was a kid? I was following this girl, close friends. She said, I just gotta go to sleep 3 more times until I go. It's really beautiful, bro.
It was beautiful, and I just want to repeat, like she's never gonna cheat you, and she did not, like not at all. And you said transitions. I did not mention though the transitions were just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like she was transitioning into her covers of songs and shit.
Yeah.
Like the way she transitioned into You Make Me Happy. What's that song? Oh my God, I can't think of the name of the song. But that song, she transitioned into way of that song, and it was.
I kind of gotta find it though. I'm so mad.
I am so mad. I cannot think of the name.
I am so mad. I did not recognize.
Oh my God, You Make Me Happy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, everybody. But now we're not gonna stop until we find this song. So give us like 2 minutes. Not even. Before I Let Go. That's the name of the song. Before I Let Go.
Thank you.
God.
Thank you.
Okay. So she transitioned into that, and she transitioned into I'm Going Down, which was she transitioned from 1+1 into I'm Going Down at the beginning of the concert. It was
Christ.
Like it was ridiculous. But
Jesus, man, love
I just talked about Beyonce for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's get into some man shit.
Yeah, what real niggas do this when we turn?
Some man shit. I'm gonna turn my hat backwards and shit.
So yesterday I was doing my mom breaks, right? No cap. I was doing my mom breaks. It was like 1 p.m. I did one side. The sun had hit the other side of my house. I said, yo, put the tire back on. I said, yo, put the other tire back on. I'm just gonna stop going right. I'm just gonna turn right whenever I gotta stop. It was so hot outside, bro.
I'm just gonna stop going right. Okay. All right. So As we promised, every week we're going to get into this. This week we don't have as much time, so we'll only do 2 teams this week. Next week we'll probably do 5 or 6. But we promised we would do Bills and Ravens this week. So Bills and Ravens, we're going to predict a record. And I will say this, don't go back and watch videos and be like, y'all picked them to win this team. Y'all picked them to beat this team. I forgot. I'm telling you right now, like, I forgot what I picked. Like, we do this on the fly. I edit these shows. I see these videos a lot. So I kind of know which games I picked, but I'm going to mess up between now and Team 32. So the record that I'm picking is how I feel they will fare. I might be wrong about the
niggas
game.
are so mad at me. I'll be calling biggest teams trash.
Bro, they'd be like, y'all doing this for clicks. And I posted our video. like
how many times you click it?
No shit, nigga. Like, no shit. Like, that's the name of the game, twin. What the fuck are you talking about?
I got bills, nigga. What you mean? We talking about bills. I got bills, nigga. You think your 11-5 and 12-4 matter that much to me? Like,
you think I give a fuck? I know y'all gonna win 4 more games than I just said. The fuck?
Yeah, I picked the Titans over you. What? No, nigga. Okay, yo.
All right, you want to go Ravens or Bills first?
Let's do Baltimore. I got Baltimore pulled up. Boy, the Cowboys fans was mad at me.
All right,
you saw Shorty quote the QB list after too. Yo, she was heated.
I was like, bro, there's no way you that mad about a quarterback list. Like, it's no way, bro. But
shout out to the Twins, bro.
But Texans Ravens.
Yeah.
Week 1, Ravens.
Caleb win the sweepstakes, yep.
Yeah, for sure. Even though they just got CJ Stroud, who I do not think will fare well. Maybe they'll give him more than a year, but I really don't know. As good as Caleb Williams is, I really don't know. Yeah. I really don't know if he gets more than a win. More than a year. Ravens Bengals, second week of the season, 1 o'clock game.
Baltimore. Joe not playing.
You don't think so?
No, he's out the first couple weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Joe's out.
I thought they said that it was a chance he came back by week 1.
It's a chance. It's a chance. It's like they say Tyler Herro's gonna come back in the finals.
He'll probably come back week. If they start 2-2, it'll be week 6. They start 1-3, it'll be week 5. Type shit. So Colts Ravens. Oh, Ravens had that's a good start.
Yep, 3-0.
3-0. All right.
Colts Browns. This one's in Cleveland.
This one is interesting.
Yeah,
it's an interesting game for me. Division game. I think the Browns have a very good team. The problem with the Browns forever has been the things surrounding the Browns, them being the Browns in general, the management, coaching, all of that. Deshaun Watson is their quarterback. You know what's surrounding him. So it's a lot. It's a freak boy. It's a lot of shit just surrounding them. So I'm not sure if they will have a great season, but I expect them to be competitive. I expect give teams problems.
Facts.
So I'm going to pick them in this game.
Yeah.
Because they're home, it's a division game. I do expect the Ravens to lose a few games this year, so I'm going to say the Browns this game.
I think they're going to beat the Browns early in the year. I think the Browns will still be speeding up, kind of trying to put that defense together because that's really their biggest weakness right now. I think if the Ravens are 3-0, rolling off the last 3 weeks, they'll be able to score enough points. And I really like the Ravens' offense right now.
I do too.
I really like the prospects to have. If that defense can stay playing the way they have under Harbaugh, they're always great.
Right.
I think they'll win this game. Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will see. October 1st. Steelers, Ravens.
Oh, Steelers. Not the Steelers, Ravens, for sure. Okay. Yeah. I don't trust Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is like one of those quarterbacks I know going to be trash. I don't want to say it. Shout out to George Pickens, though. Shout out to George Pickens, Deontay Johnson. The wide receivers over there in Pittsburgh, amazing. The defense in Pittsburgh, amazing.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett just got something in him.
It's just...
his name's Kenny. That may be it.
I don't trust it.
His name's Kenny, bro.
I don't trust it.
He got Pickens his last name.
He went to Pittsburgh.
Bro. He played college football at Pittsburgh.
Come on, bro.
A Titans.
Let's
Week 6 at Titans. Why does it say they playing at 9:30? Where the hell they playing?
Oh, that's a London game. That's a London game.
Yo, that's crazy.
They said they got to be in the game at 6:30 in the morning.
Yo, you put your cleats on 7 a.m. working
That
out.
is fuck.
That's crazy.
It's This feels like a trap game.
Nah, overseas with the Titans, they definitely lose. This is a trap game for
Bro,
sure.
it's a trap game, ain't it?
Yeah.
With the Derrick Henry, like
Yeah.
that's a trap game.
Yeah, they gonna look up. They gonna have 3 possessions in the game.
Bruh, yeah, type shit. I'm definitely gonna go lost. And then OBJ in Paris, he gonna go hang out with somebody.
OBJ gonna have so much fun. He gonna wear soccer cleats to the game. He ain't gonna wear his NFL cleats.
Okay. Lions, Ravens.
It's crazy. I think they lose back to back here. I got them losing to Titans. I think they lose to the Lions. I feel like they're gonna look past the Lions. Sneaky good Lions team. I like Gibbs a lot out the backfield. Jamo's coming back. I really like what they got over there in Detroit.
I'm going to say they beat the Lions because of the next 3 of the next, really 5 of the next 7 games are really tough. So I'm going to say they don't overlook the Lions for that reason because they're going to be looking ahead, but not overlooking them because we'll get to it. So I'm going to say they beat the Lions.
Yeah.
But the next game, Cardinals, college team.
Yeah, Lamar might not even play that game. First thing of the load manager.
And Seahawks.
It's at home though. I'm gonna go Ravens. I think they know this is a big game. Seahawks record would probably be pretty good up to this point. Wow, bad that division is too. I'm gonna go Ravens.
I'm going Ravens as well. Then the next week we have the Browns again. Why does it have 2 dates on there? It says November 12th and 23. Oh, that's the sorry.
So I think they'll split with the Browns. I think they'll win 1-1. So whichever this one is, they'll be at home. Yeah. So split with the Browns.
Split with the Browns. Yeah, you said that. That's how we kind of pick them division games. It's splitting. I'm gonna say they win this one because I picked them to lose.
Yeah, listen. Nobody unless you're Patrick Mahomes, nobody really just sweeps their division. Nobody.
Yeah. So,
but
Bengals again.
Yeah, this is the one they lose.
8:15 at home. I'm going to say the Bengals win this game as well. I think it's going to be a phenomenal Monday night football game or Sunday night football game, but I do think they lose. I think the Bengals are going to be very good. I think they're going to be Bengals and Ravens will be fighting for that division to the very end of the season.
Chargers.
That's a tough one.
I ain't gonna lie. So I'm just gonna look into my crystal wall. Somebody on the Chargers is gonna be hurt. I can tell you now. Roby, just cut this off. I'm sorry, Roby. I don't think the Chargers have ever been healthy in any November game. I'm gonna go Ravens.
That's a reasonable request.
Roby just threw his phone against the wall.
Oh God. Oh God. So
don't you ever send me no shit like this.
So this is interesting as well because this game is in LA. It's a second week in a row, your primetime game.
Yep.
You're playing a young quarterback similar to Lamar, like in that class is what I mean by that.
And you got a bye right after.
And you have a bye right after. I'm going to pick the Ravens to win a very good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Ravens to win this one.
And you got to remember, Chargers don't have a home field.
That's a good point.
That's
a good point. And the Ravens fans travel. Yeah. Ravens fans travel and they're everywhere.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I'm going to pick the Ravens.
That is true. Why are Ravens fans everywhere?
Ray Lewis.
Yeah,
Ray Lewis, that defense. The defense inspired people.
Yeah.
But the Rams, Ravens next.
Week 14, Rams season will be over by then. So
I agree.
Yeah, this is Rams.
I agree.
Now this week 15, listen, these last three games.
Whew.
At Jacksonville, week 15, 8:20. Jesus. This 1000% will be a playoff game.
Yes.
1000. These last 3 weeks are playoff games.
Yes.
Man, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go Jags.
I think I'm going Jags this game. I like the Jags a lot this year. They're at home. I think the Jags will be worse. I think they'll be very good. I think they will be worse than the Ravens at this point. This game will mean a little bit more. Right now, I have the Ravens around 3 or 4 losses.
Yeah.
3 losses right now. You have them at 4. So I think they will be around that.
Yeah.
And they will be kind of looking like, all right, we know we're making the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think this game will be good, but it'll get away from them at the end. And they know who they have next week, and I think their mind to kind of be on that, especially as good as I think the 49ers will be, which brings us to the 49ers next week on Christmas at 8:15 in San Francisco.
Jesus.
So very, very much primetime game, the primetime of primetime games. Everybody will be watching this
Christmas
game.
Day is crazy.
Christmas Day is ridiculous. And like I said, I think they'll be very good. I think OBJ will be having a great season. So I think the story around the Ravens will make this game even bigger around both these teams. So especially if Brock Purdy comes out and is very good this year and is as good as I think he will be, I picked him to go, I want to say 13-5, I think I said.
Yeah, or 12-5.
12-5, yeah. 12-5. 18, I'm tripping. 12-5. So I think they will be around there. And because of that, I think this will be a very big game. So who do you have?
I am actually going to go Ravens.
Okay.
And I think just to look at our crystal ball, because that's what really we're doing. We got a crystal ball right here. We're trying to look in December, see what's going to happen. Yeah. I think this is going to be an amazing season for Lamar. And in every MVP campaign, we'll talk MVP coaches this season, of course, when we really have our picks. There are games that everybody's watching, playoff implications, playing a great team, and you have to perform. And I think this will be one of those games against one of the best defenses in the league, where on Christmas Day with the whole NFL world watching, he's going to put on a show.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was my final question to end this. And the last two games are the Dolphins and Ravens. We'll get there in a second, but I'll go ahead and ask, which game do you think is his MVP game? Because I think we have the same kind of like MVP ladder of him, Trevor, Pat always, Joe. But which game do you – everybody has the MVP game, like, oh, he should get it. If you think he is one of the top three front runners for the MVP, where do you think his game is?
I think this is it, because it has to come somewhat later in the year. You don't want to have it too early, get the Carson Wentz kind of thing where, dang, he would be the MVP, but he trailed off. I think week 16, you're going to be fighting for playoff spots in the AFC, because the Chiefs may be undefeated. You may be undefeated. You could be undefeated and still be fighting for the second seed in the AFC. Like, that's really how good these teams are. It'll be 8 teams trying to get these 7 spots. I think the 49ers are going to have a great record. I think they're going to be a great team. So it's going to be a million eyes. And the defense is getting better.
Crazy enough.
Like, the all-pro safety they had, that was his first year starting, which is crazy. But I think that'll be the game where – because I think the Ravens have great talent out wide with Zay Flowers and Odell, but it's not the type where they're going to be able to carry games for Lamar. Okay. I think they'll be able to do I think there'll be explosive moments for both of them. But Lamar, it'll be like kind of the Mahomes thing, like where they're playing great, but this nigga is going crazy. And Lamar, the way he has to run, I think now will be a lot different than it was before. And interestingly enough, and I know it sounds counterintuitive, I think he may be a more explosive runner now than the years prior in different offenses, because now his runs will be more dynamic and in space as opposed to more of a power running scheme. If he's taking off kind of like how Mike Vick always described it, like when he got to the Eagles where, all right, read, and if it's there, I'm so fast that by the time I get there, I might score. And I think in this new scheme where they are gonna pass the ball, so defenses are gonna have to respect him as a passer. So I think the 10 times a game he does run will be way more effective than the 15 times they ran power last year. Right. If that makes sense.
So
that Ravens game for sure.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go a pick before, though. I'm going to go that Chargers game because I think Justin Herbert will be in the MVP conversation, too.
Okay.
And he'll outduel him on his home field.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be the game where it's like, all right.
Yeah.
I said voter fatigue for Patrick. That doesn't happen as much in the NFL, but I'll just say that for the sake of this argument. Yeah. So I'll say that puts him in first for the MVP is his Chargers game. And the reason I think Lamar is going to have a big year is because they will be very similar to Kansas City last year. I think Zay Flowers and Odell and Duvernay and Bateman are a better receiver core than what Kansas City had last year. But like you said,
we'll see. That's the thing. I'm like I hate when I didn't mean to cut you off, but like they're talking about the Ravens on TV like they got 4 first-round picks. The Ravens didn't draft them niggas. They're not 4 first-round picks that the Ravens just drafted. Yeah. Those are people they brought in. Yeah. Odell's not Odell got drafted 10 years ago. Like, stop calling Odell a first. Like, please, enough. Like,
so yes, exactly. But like you said, they're not going to carry them games. I think this will be a lot of Some games Odell will have 8 catches.
Yep.
Some games Zay Flowers will have 8 or 9
Andrews.
catches. I think that's what I was about to say. I think Mark Andrews will have a Travis Kelce type season because he's going to be as open as he has been.
Yeah.
And if not, if they are going to sell out to stop him and see, because I think that'll be the game plan. I don't want to get off on a rant, but I think that'll be the game plan the first couple of weeks for Lamar is to, all right, we're going to guard Mark Andrews very similar to how we have been to see if we can make him work the outside of the field. Cam used to have that Greg Olsen security blanket. Yeah. He used to love the middle of the field. Lamar does too. So I would expect defenses to make him throw outside the numbers. Once he proves he can do that, which I think he will, I think he will see a lot of zone this year because you damn near cannot play man against him. Because even if you put a spy, unless your spy is Derwin James or some shit, like if most linebackers he's being to the edge.
No, at this point, especially after MVP season, it's no spy at all.
Bro, it's none. It's no. So
we spied him with 2 safeties.
Yes. And
we spied him with 2 safeties, and he still got around the edge, bro. Like the worst part is you're just not fast enough. You're just not fast enough. Like,
he's talking about the Patriots, by the way. But seriously, you're just
future
not
Hall of Famer Devin McCourty, not fast enough.
You're just not fast enough.
Yeah.
So because I think he will see so much zone, I think he will. As the season, I think he will start off great, but as the season gets further along and the more he sees it, he will start picking zones apart to the point where defense will be confused on how to stop him, and that'll just rack up his numbers.
I completely agree with the Mark Andrews thing, and I think your comparison to the Chiefs is perfect. And it's going to sound weird, kind of like the Tom Brady Gronk Patriots, where every game we were like, okay, we know it's going to be Gronk. Who's the other guy? Like some days it'll be Amendola, some days it'll be Elman. Like the Ravens, we know it's gonna be Andrews. Is it Odell's day? Mm-hmm. Is it Zay Flowers' day? Yep. Is Lamar just gonna run? Like no matter what, Mark Andrews is gonna be that bread and butter. And the second guy, and that's a way to, all right, we didn't go get a big name receiver, but we got guys who are, if they are in single coverage, if they are playing the secondary role, can really have a big impact.
Yes. So last 2 games, Dolphins, Ravens. I think this is a very interesting game. You know how Lamar feels about Miami. This is a later game. Yeah. So colder weather in Baltimore.
Fried
from
them
a Miami
last time.
team. Fried them last time. New Year's Eve after coming off and playing on Christmas. Yeah. Like this is a very interesting
scary game. Scary game.
And like you said, the playoff position, and this could be the difference between you 2nd and 6th or 3rd and 7th. Literally. So very interesting game.
I think so. I would say this is a scary game for a lot of teams,
and it could be a tiebreaker with the Dolphins.
Absolutely. This is a scary game for a lot of teams. I don't think this is a scary game for Baltimore, simply because who their coach is, who their quarterback is. John Harbaugh John Harbaugh being in the league for this many years, his attention to detail. I think coming off that Christmas Day game, like we'll talk about the Bills in a second. If this were the Bills or the Cowboys or a team that could get ahead of themselves, this would worry me. But John Harbaugh is a complete opposite of that. Head to the ground, and he's gonna have them focused. Like, man, listen, we need to start playing Super Bowl football now. There's 2 weeks left in the season. Now we need to turn the corner. And knock on wood, we don't know what's up with Tua. Let's assume Tua's healthy. I still take the Ravens.
Okay.
I still take the Ravens.
I am going to take the Ravens as well. Yeah. And I want to bring up the point that you just mentioned something very important, the playoff football. Yeah. Like the teams will be playing playoff football at this point, and you just said you think Lamar will have his MVP game. Yeah. The only reason I think he will have it before that is because of the Justin Herbert situation. I think he will have a great game on Christmas as well, and another game that's like, oh, that's the MVP guy or one of the MVPs. So coming off of that, like you said, I think they'll be so focused. They'll be getting ready for the playoffs. Yeah. The tiebreakers will be happening. So, I think they win this game.
Facts.
And then the Steelers. I will pick them to sweep the Steelers this year.
Yeah.
Which might be dangerous because it's Mike Tomlin, and he's a very good coach.
Yeah, shout out Mike Tomlin. But it's the year. It's time. Listen, Mike Tomlin, I've been waiting for you to go under 500 for a minute. The hater in me, I'm so tired of seeing it. He's never been under 500. Oh, yeah, give it some time. Give it some time. You survived.
It might be 15 years.
Imagine surviving the Brady Manning era to come back to this. Like, Man, shout out to the Ravens though. What do we have them at? 5 losses, 6 losses?
4. I have them at 4, and you have them at 5.
Okay.
So
yeah,
13 and 4, 12 and 5.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I thought I would have them. I'm gonna have the Bengals around there. I think the Bengals would be a tiebreaker situation between them because I think the Bengals have about the same record.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that later. All right. So Bills.
Yeah, this is the one nigga's not gonna like.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think the Bills are gonna have too many issues this year, but you do. So
But listen, this might be very different. Niggas gonna be hating.
But
I just know
we can start this. We already did pick them to lose to the Jets last week. I do remember that pick.
Yep.
So
you're already 0-1.
So 0-1 off 0-1 off rip. Week 2, the Raiders.
They're not losing to Jimmy G. There's no way they lose to Jimmy G.
If they lose to Jimmy G to start off the season and start off 0-2, they're missing the playoffs. That's how bad I think that'll be. Commanders.
They beat Washington. They're going to beat Washington early in the year. I think they'll be 2-1 heading to Miami.
I think they will start off strong this year. Because of all the noise out of this offseason, I think they know. Like the NFL is the NFL. You know what the media is. Right. It's very predictable. So I think you will go into, hey, we start off 1-1, we start off 0-2, 1-3. It's going to be too much noise. Yeah. So just let's take care of business early in the season. Mm-hmm. Dolphins divisional matchup. You're at home October 1st.
You're at home, October, global warming. It's not cold yet. I'm gonna go Dolphins. I'm gonna go Dolphins. Last time we saw them, Dolphins were in a competitive game with Skylar Thompson at QB. You know, new defensive coordinator. Adding Jalen Ramsey, he won't be playing this game naturally, but Vic Fangio adding to that defense. Tua playing, I like the Dolphins.
I agree, bro. Yeah. I like the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins present very unsolvable problems for the Bills. Literally. Like just things that, like, once I saw Skylar Thompson just march down that field, I was like, they have an issue with the Dolphins.
I had Jalen Waddle on my fantasy team last year, so I watched probably, I would say 95% of their offensive snaps. It's just some teams you just not fast enough. Because you see them have to sell out for Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle will just catch something on the backside, 15 yards out of bounds. Like, some teams just don't have the personnel, and the Bills 1,000% losing their Pro Bowl / All-Pro safety too, just don't have the personnel.
And you said it perfectly. That defense, I think, for Miami this year is going to be very good, and because of that, I think they're going to give Josh Allen more problems than Tua will have. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the Dolphins that week. Jags. Interesting. This will be an interesting game.
Yeah, this is an
interesting game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say they win this game. Because just like I said, I think it's going to be way more important for these games where they're on the fringe of like, yo, you got Giants, you got the Giants, Patriots, and Bengals in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. 3 or 4 weeks. So we got to get this win. I think, and it'll be a London game. So there's no home field advantage. I am going to go Bills, but I'm real confident in the Jags.
Yeah, 100%. This is why I'm going Jags 1,000%. Because teams with they're not in cohesion. Is that a word? In cohesion.
Yeah.
Or non-cohesion. Teams without that cohesion, that's a better way to say it. On the road, it's a lot harder. A la 2023 Warriors. Going across the pond to play 9:30 versus this Jags team, it's 1,000,000% a setup. Especially coming after that Miami loss.
Yeah.
Because this team 1,000% to me is a powder keg.
Yeah.
It's so ready to blow Stephon Diggs at any moment. Could snap on Josh Allen
at any moment. And if that happens, it's going to look awful.
Yeah, and that is. Listen, there's going to be a lot of hate on this, but this is going to be the first losing streak of the season for them. They're going to lose back to back right here, and then we'll get into next week with the Giants.
Okay.
But I also think they lose to the Giants as well. Okay. And listen, everybody stop typing, stop replying, stop quoting it. Oh, you're a hater. He's a loser. Da-da-da-da. Remember who Josh Allen was before Brian Daboll. And think to yourself, what does Brian Daboll know about Josh Allen that nobody else does? Because that's what's going to happen in this game.
Primetime game. It's not really too much home field because it's New York. Well, I'm not going to say that. Buffalo's home field is ridiculous, so never mind. I'm not going to say that. But primetime game. I'm going to go Bills because I said I don't think they're going to be a dumpster fire this year because I think I trust Josh Allen Not more than I trust the quarterbacks I have in front of me on that list, but I do trust him a little bit. So I think they'll keep this team together somewhat this year. Playoff-wise, when we get into that conversation, that'll be a different story. Yeah. But regular season-wise, I think they'll be fine. So I'm going to pick them to win this Giants game. But, boy, I'm not confident. I want you to know that. I'm not.
If you keep a track at home, I got these boys at 2-4 right now.
Yes, you do. I have them right now. You have them 2-4. I have them at 4-2. So next week, Patriots. That's a loss for me.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm undecided in this game for sure. Okay. I'm 1 million because I really just can't say until I know what Bill O'Brien's doing on offense.
Gotcha.
Because I know Bill Belichick could go out there and put something on the field that could choke them to death. Mm-hmm. But my fear is Mac Jones is going to hit Von Miller in the face twice.
Okay.
And fumble the ball.
Okay.
And they're going to score twice. Okay. That's my biggest fear.
That's fair.
Mac Jones is going to drop back, and on that third step, he's going to be throwing it to the ground.
Okay.
So, you know what?
It's a division game, so we can call it a split.
That's a fact.
We'll call it a split. So I'll say a win there and then a loss later.
Baker Mayfield, Thursday. Yeah. Smoking him.
Don't even talk about that.
So we're back to 4-4. That's why I have him.
All right, you have him at 4-4. Yep. I have him at 5-3. So this is a Bengals game.
So this is the beginning of the end.
Okay.
This is because 4-4 for a lot of teams would be okay. Mm-hmm. With this early schedule, it should be 6-2, maybe 7-1. But they're gonna lose.
Half of their schedule gets crazy.
And the Bengals gonna blow the doors off of them.
Okay.
The Bengals. Listen, the last 3 weeks you played New York, New England, and Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. The Bengals gonna show you the difference.
Okay.
And they are going to beat the brakes off the Bills. Week 9. Listen, we said I'm telling y'all, go back when it happens. Remember this video.
Okay.
Yo, that nigga was right.
Hey, he called it.
Yeah.
He's calling it.
Yeah.
This is tough. I like the Bengals a lot. I think this is a very important matchup. This is the DeMar Hamlin game, wasn't it, last year?
Yes, it was.
Yes, the DeMar Hamlin game.
Sent you home in the playoffs after.
Yes, sent you home. Mm-hmm. I think this will be a much bigger game for the Bills than it will be for the Bengals because I do think the Bengals...
they just beat the draws off you.
Yes, they beat the draws off you. I think they'll have a better regular season record than you, and I think their schedule is a little bit easier than yours. And I think they have a better quarterback than you.
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow will miss the first 2 weeks, so...
Right.
I'll take that back because I forgot about that. So they might have around the same record, 4-4, 5-3. I can see them all being around there. I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Yep.
I said all that to say I'm going to go with the Bengals that week because I just trust the composure of Joe Burrow. Like it calms that calms you as a coach.
Yeah.
It really makes you feel comfortable. Like, no matter what happens in this game, I can trust him to rally the troops. Like you said, the stress, Stephon Diggs, if this does get bad at 13-0 before the half, 13-3, Stephon not doing well, only got 5 targets. Like,
he getting bracketed.
He getting bracketed. Yep. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to, but yeah, I will go Bengals. I'll go Bengals.
And next week, Monday night, Sean Payton.
And this is 3 straight primetime games, by the way. 3 straight.
And the reason I said that this was the beginning and the end, because Sean McDermott, you're a great dude, for real. You a good dude. Like, you really did your best, for real. But when y'all lose this game versus the Broncos, that's when it's going to start. That's when it's going to start.
Fire Coach Sean.
Yeah. Because, and it's not going to be 1,000% your fault. The matchups are so bad these last stretch of games because the things you struggle with, these teams love to capitalize off of. The Broncos defense, one of the best defenses in the league, capitalizing off mistakes, forcing turnovers. And I think they're going to I think Josh Allen's going to make an early turnover. Broncos are going to run the ball a lot this year, take what they can get, and I think they're just going to eat on Josh Allen's turnovers.
Okay.
And I think they win this game too.
Led the league in turnovers last year. So I'm going to pick them to beat the Broncos. I don't have too much of an explanation behind that other than I don't think the Broncos are going to be amazing this year.
That's a fact. I don't think they'll be good either.
I think they'll be a 6 to 9 seed in the AFC. So I don't think they'll be amazing, but I don't think they'll be bad. I think this will be a tough game because of the defense.
They'll be the 2019 Jaguars? Was it 2019?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. Yeah. It'll be a team very similar to that with a little bit better quarterback play.
Yeah. Maybe.
But
My fault. I just had to get a rush out of there.
Maybe. But I am going to say the Bengals win this game.
Okay.
I mean, the Bills, sorry.
Right.
I'm going to say the Bills win this game. And, yeah, I'll say they win. I'll give it to them. And then I think they beat the Jets the next week at home.
I do, too. So I think they'll be 5-6 headed to Philly. And
they lose to Philly, though.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
You're going to be 5-7 heading to the bye. The rest of the AFC is going to be undefeated.
And then you have the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yep. Now you're 5-8.
And that's a loss for me, too.
Yeah. So now you're 5-8 headed into this Dallas game. It's.
I don't remember what I picked last week for Dallas, but I'm going to assume I picked Dallas to lose this game, so I'm going to say they beat Dallas.
I think I had them winning this game. No cap. I think
I think I'm going to say stick with they winning, even if I didn't say that last week, because now that I'm looking at their schedule, I think they will be in like, oh my god, we finna miss the playoffs mode. Yeah. Like we got to win. Like these last 4 games, we got to win. We got to win. Yeah. So
no, yeah. I listen. I 1,000% agree. They're gonna be in panic mode, but not that type of panic mode. It's like, oh my god, I gotta move my kids. Like, oh my god, I need to buy a new house. Like, oh my god, my wife needs to find a new gym. Like,
my wife gotta find a new gym. Yeah. Oh man, a new book club. That sucks.
That not suits the facts. Like, I gotta find new restaurants to order. Yeah,
and then another primetime game with the Chargers in LA, bro. I think the Chargers are going to be good. I'm going to pick them to lose this one. Man,
yeah, their season's over.
They're not going to like this.
Listen, week 16, their season's over.
They're not going to like
By this time, they're not playing competitive football.
Everyone is going to be mad at us. Oh, my God. It feels so bad when you guys are mean to
They don't want y'all to like us so bad. Yeah, no. By the time they get to the Chargers, it'll be, I wonder what team Stephon Diggs is playing for next year.
Okay.
Is Von Miller retired? Will Von Miller turn down $30 million?
We got week 16 headlines already. He is praying for this shit.
I can't wait.
This is prayer, y'all. Yeah. Y'all listening to manifestation right now.
Listen, it's few hate sessions I've got into like this. I'm so ready to see the Bills fail. Like, I am so ready.
And I'm going to pick them to lose to the Patriots. Actually, I'll pick them to beat the Patriots. I'll say they sweep the Patriots this year because I picked them to lose earlier. So y'all say they win, and then you say they lose because you picked the win earlier. Yeah. And then Dolphins, Bills.
Dolphins play the little. You know, I'm editing this, so I'll put it in there. Play the little trumpet they play when veterans die. It's over. The Sean McDermott, Josh Allen era ends January 7th in Miami. It'll be a new coach in there.
All right.
I don't know who do you. Okay, let's jump to February's headlines. So who's the next coach of the Bills? Who would you pick?
It's gonna be Mike McCarthy because he's getting fired too.
No, that's how it be in the NBA. Niggas like, I'm getting fired for real. You
Call me.
Yeah, but we could switch.
But yeah, I
lost track of losses.
I agree with you. I think it's easier to count wins with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have them at 6 and
11.
6 and 11. Yeah. I have them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bills fans, before you get upset, remember your team stinks.
I have them at 10 and 7.
Yeah,
so 10 and 7.
You're not a good organization.
10 and 7.
Please remember this when you're typing at me. You are not a good organization. Josh Allen is not a trustworthy QB.
What I will say is you have been very consistent in this entire offseason. You have been saying since last year this is an issue. Like this is a issue that will carry over into the next season. Right. I think they are talented enough. I think Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are good enough to overcome this, which is why I have them a little bit better. I do have them at 10 and 7. I think the AFC East will have 3 playoff teams. Mm-hmm. So I think they will get the 6 or 7 seed, and I think they will lose in the first round to the Ravens, Bengals, or Chiefs. Mm-hmm. But the reason I'm not really tripping on your outcome is because I have the same thing. I think this is Sean McDermott's last year. I think if they get first round, which they do, which they will, especially in the wild card after a 7-loss regular season, as you said last week, he said this, I want to say last week, he's only gotten worse. Literally. Like, Josh Allen is only getting worse. And the records and the stopping point of the season is only getting worse.
Yep.
You are losing AFC Championship, divisional round. Now it's going to be wild card.
Yeah.
Your win total is dropping every year. Your quarterback play has regressed every year that Brian Daboll has left. You led the league in turnovers last year.
Now you're spending more money than ever as well.
Now you're spending more money than ever. You pay Von Miller to come over here. You pay Stephon Diggs for this. You didn't get DeAndre Hopkins in the offseason. So
defense is getting worse.
It's hard. It's going to be a hard season for the Bills, and it's going to be real easy for them to fall apart because they're not thinking like this. Obviously, they're not thinking like this, so they're expecting 13 wins. They're expecting 14 wins. So I think them settling at 10 wins and 9 wins, 11. Even if we're wrong, I don't see them winning more than 11 games this year. I'm just looking at their schedule. It's hard for me to see them winning more than 11 games this year, and I think even an 11-6 season in the first round exit, you're still looking at that's a failure for them, and you're still looking at Sean like, yo, has this ran its course? I agree with you on that aspect of it.
Shout out to the people who got to the end of the video to hear why I think they're going to be trash. I know plenty of people have clicked off this, called me a slur, left. So sneakily, the last couple of years, the Bills have had one of the best defenses in the league, and that kind of served as a buffer between the possessions where Josh Allen's too aggressive, take shots, or fumbles the ball or turns it over. I think losing their Pro Bowl safety, Von Miller having to come off of ACL, Trey White didn't look the same last year. All these changes to their defense, and defenses fluctuate a lot more than offenses. I don't think they'll be a bad defense, but the difference between a top 15 defense and the top 5 defense in the AFC is the difference between being 11-6 and 6-11. I think the games that he's going to turn the ball over are going to weigh a lot more. And the biggest thing that, especially Bills fans, don't want to talk about heading into the season is they said he's not going to run. And I don't think Josh Allen's good enough to beat teams from the pocket for 17 straight weeks.
He's white, though.
That's facts. So people are like, yeah, he can do it. But you know what I remember? I remember rookie Josh Allen. I remember year 2 Josh Allen. Where it was you had to run, and now
I don't think we're that far away from that.
You know why we're not? Because Brian Daboll's not there. The minute Brian Daboll walked out that door, it's a little more. And no matter what it is, no matter who you are, what you do, they call it code switching or whatever. Who you are is always fighting to break out. And in the moments where you're on instinct and you can't hold it together, that is what is going to come out. And you see it all the time. You saw it in the Bengals game. I forget the stat. I think they were down multiple possessions. Like the whole regular season with the ball, like they were down multiple scores, maybe twice. The entire regular season. Until the playoff game. And they were down literally the whole game, multiple possessions. They don't, like you said, they're heading into the season like, all right, we got off to a bad start. Almost got there. We were right there against the Bengals, Listen, it's really hard in the NFL to be good. And it's even, it's even harder in the NFL to be good. It's hard in the NFL to be mediocre for 5, 6, 7 years. Because eventually it falls apart. If you're a championship level organization, you usually have players that are good enough to sustain you through it. The Bradys, the Mahomes, the
Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre.
Montana, Elway.
Peyton Manning,
those people that can sustain you through that. But when you're not winning championships, it's even harder because you have to justify why are we giving 36-year-old Von Miller $25 million? Why are we maxing Stephon Diggs? Why are we paying all these people? And Josh Allen contract, Stephon Diggs, Von Miller, Trey White, everyone that we're paying, we have nothing to show for it. And at some point, it has to restart, especially in the NFL. In the NBA, coaches a little quicker leash for sure, but you don't see it as much where it's a good coach on a good team and you just can't get over top and they're like, you know what, we can't do it. In the NFL, you see it a bunch because teams go from worst to first to worst all the time, and it happens that quickly. And I think that this will be that team for the Bills. Everyone likes to talk about teams going worst to first. Somebody has to go first to worst too. Half the teams that make the playoffs miss them the next year. The Bills will be in that category. Like, comment, and subscribe.
I have nothing else to say. You said it's peace. It's a lot in there I agree with. I don't agree on the record because I think they have the talent. I think everything you're saying is correct. So it's just like we just are. You think it's just going to
crazy.
implode?
Both things are literally correct.
Yeah, like you think it's going to implode faster than I do. That's all it really comes down to. But
and I think
we're going to see.
I think people are going to be like poking Stephon Diggs to bear. Like,
I do too.
Let's just see if we can.
I do think Stephon, because you always say your dad is always going to tell you when you were a kid and you hurt, don't show it.
Yeah.
Don't show it. And Stephon let it be known how he feel, and I think people are going to poke.
Ever since and it's crazy because we saw it in the playoff game where he was just like staring at dude, and Josh Allen didn't want to look up. It was like, okay, that's in the heat of the battle. I get it. You know, that's your man's too.
Type shit.
But you coming back from training camp still on that? Okay.
Still on that shit.
Yeah.
Still on that shit.
Because you know what you getting out of it. Listen, he go to New England, it's going to be a bracket for him. I hope he know that. I hope Josh Allen know that too.
That Dolphins defense is going to be for real.
Everywhere,
Lucky Jalen got hurt.
Everywhere he goes, team's going to be like, okay, so if we just triple team him, maybe he just throw something on the sideline. And then we would just have to worry about him. It's really like, that's why you don't do that.
Thank you.
And you don't show up your quarterback like that.
Thank you.
Shout out Stephon Diggs.
Thank you. You don't. And I love a diva receiver.
Yeah.
But you can't show that because you're not Tuyo. You're not Randy Moss.
That's a fact.
You're not them, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You him.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. You him.
Yeah.
But you're not T.O.
Yeah.
Like, so you can be stopped a lot easier than T.O. could have been stopped.
Yeah.
So T.O. wasn't stopped.
Shout out T.O.
But
Except by Revis. Shout out Revis.
so back into some music. Not gonna talk about Beyonce. I could though. But yeah, hip hop's birthday was this past Friday, the day I went to Beyonce, August 11th. Yeah. Shout out to everybody in hip hop. I don't want to go there real quick. I do want to touch on that at the end of the show. But Trippie Redd and Reason and DJ Khaled dropped this. Trippie Redd and Reason dropped the album. DJ Khaled dropped the song. What did you get to? Just whatever you want to.
So I listened to a little bit of Trippie Redd, but I heard Reason's album a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Trippie Redd because I don't have too much on it. What did you just think from it?
I like Trippie Redd's music. I like Trippie Redd as
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. I like Trippie Redd not like as a, he's an artist we talk about that'll make an album. It's kind of a mixtape. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of not like a full-length feature, but Trippie Redd has a great ear for beats and features in a way. Kind of like the Travis Scott thing, where Trippie Redd literally just makes good music. Yeah. You know, he may not be the craziest rapper, but what you're listening to, you're going to enjoy. And the songs I did hear, I forget what was the one you sent me, I had already heard. It was crazy.
The one with Wayne.
The one with Wayne. Yeah, the one with Wayne, I think. What's this shit called?
I'm mad at me.
Yeah, I'm mad at me. But I really like that. Trippie's a pretty good artist. And I've enjoyed Trippie music for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel the same way. I like Trippie Redd's music. The music
he got a little into
you said the perfect, like the mixtapes. And when we always speak on the mixtapes as albums, a better word for this situation might be playlist.
Yeah.
So I take what I like from his albums and I keep them. Listen to Trippie Redd songs I really like, and it's a lot of songs in this album I really like. I think this is a really good project. I have listened to I've listened to this whole thing. And I really like the song with Roddy Ricch. I like the song with Wayne. Yeah. I think the song with Wayne, that beat is disgusting. Like I like the beat, damn them, when I like what they're saying. That beat is ridiculous. I liked The Motion, Last Days. I think the album started out very well. The first 7 songs I all really liked. And then, like I said, the Roddy Ricch and Lil Wayne song. I like the song with Bryson Tiller and the last 2 songs I liked a lot. So the middle of the album, I still got to really digest, like that when I don't listen to an album that I'm going to listen to an artist that I'm in love with, it takes me a few more times to really digest it just because I'm more familiar with what I'm getting from the artist.
Like you don't know what to look for. Really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but no complaints. I think this is a really good project. And I want to say, like, people talk about rap and we'll get into this in a second, like where it's going, where it's headed, and where we are now and today. And I think it has some, on the management side, it has some things that needs to be fixed. But the talent is there. I just think it needs to be managed differently. But we'll get into that in a second. Reason. Well, DJ Khaled, did you listen to the DJ Khaled song?
I did not listen to the Khaled song.
DJ Khaled song, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. It doesn't sound like, and I will say DJ Khaled kind of has started to get away from this since, I don't remember the album, but it was the album that he was on the cover with his kid.
That's hot.
Yeah, and he had on the orange pants. It was that album.
I think Father of His Hot.
I think that might have been the album. Yeah. I think that was it. That album stopped him just putting 2 people on a song together with the beat and telling them to go rap. Yeah. Most of his songs have sounded like he either had both of these 2 people in the studio, or he got this verse, told this person, hey, this song is sounding like this. This is the reference point for the song. This is how I want you to attack it.
Yeah.
And his songs are sounding more like songs rather than just some artists on the song.
Right.
And that song gave me that feel. I think Baby did the hook, which surprised me when I saw the Future Baby Uzi. I thought Future would be doing the hook, but it was a really good song. Very good beat, amazing sample. It was a really good song. It's a great lead single to end the summer with, or to start the. I call the fall now, like summer 2,
second summer,
or like pre-summer. I'm like fall summer because it's not scorching hot, but it'd be hot to damn near the end of October.
Post summer, then.
Yeah, post summer. That's a better way, but. Reason, you can go first with that because you digested a little. I listened to it once for 3 and then touched on the songs I like, but you listened to it a couple.
I really liked it. Reason, of course, TDE stamp that'll get you a listen off jump.
Facts.
I thought it sounded amazing. You know, we do give a lot. We do give Top Dog, we do give TDE a lot of grief, a lot of gaff for how long it takes for albums to come out, when do albums come out, things like that. But this is an album you could tell took a very long time to put together. Oh, and I thought it was amazing. It started super great. I loved all the beats on it. The features were amazing. Sir, Rayvon. I gotta look at the track list, but there were so
Killian,
many.
Junie.
Yeah,
Baby
it was.
Tate.
Oh yeah, it was.
Baby Tate feature was crazy,
bro. It was so.
Doechie's.
Hold on, let me get the album.
Sakari, Dirty Dell.
Yeah. Killian. I don't know if that's how you say your name. Killian, amazing on
A Broken Winter was a great
song.
song.
Broken Winter Break was crazy. I loved it. Both Sir features. It's really just really good music.
It is.
It's really good music.
And it's an album.
Yes.
It's not.
It's an album.
Yes.
Yeah. And you do get that level of when you're listening to a TDE project, especially a rapper, where you kind of expect what you know what you're getting into. This isn't like we talk about Trippie Redd. This is kind of the other end of it, where this isn't a playlist. This isn't a mixtape. This is a album, and you're supposed to listen to it in album order. And I really enjoyed it.
I say this a lot on this show. I love good albums. Yeah. Even if I never listen to them again, I appreciate when an artist puts out a great project that you can tell was intentional. And I wanted this song to go after this song for this reason.
Yeah.
You can hear it, you can see it, you can feel it. And this is that album. Reason put out a very, very good project. I don't like what happened with Musa on the stream. I'm not even sure. T-Rail, I think it was. I don't like what happened with that. I think that's very nasty to do to an artist that's on your label. But regardless from that, I think it got some eyes that maybe wouldn't have got on this album because of what happened. I think some eyes, some ears may have listened to this album that probably wouldn't have before. And I think they will be very impressed with what they hear. If this is your first time hearing Reason, his last album 2-3 years ago was really good as well. But this album is very, very good. Very cohesive. Yeah. Lots of great rapping, but lots of meaningful rapping. Right. And I appreciate that because you don't get a lot of that in today's age. I am not an old head who cares about that. I grew up on Lil Wayne, dog. You don't got to talk about shit as long as the music sound good. But when somebody does come from that Kendrick cloth, that Kanye cloth, where we gonna talk about something and these songs have a reason and a purpose. The Porches this album is called Porches for a reason, and you get that throughout the album. Why it is called that? Every great artist. I'm not going to say every, but most great rappers, and I'm going to say rappers, most great rappers have that project that is kind of the story of their life up until this point. Right. Where they drop their debut album. I won't call this Reason's debut album because it's literally just not, but it feels like a debut.
An introduction to them, really.
That's perfect. An introduction to the artist. College Dropout was that for Kanye. Right. This is for Reason. And not every artist has one. Reasonable Doubt was Hove's first album, and it felt like that. It felt like you saw who. If you go back and listen to Hove, Reasonable Doubt, you understand why he is who he is. It makes perfect sense. Right. Things like that. So I seriously have nothing back to say. I think the production was amazing.
I thought it was great.
I think the features were amazing. I think the lyrics were amazing. I think the sequencing was perfect. Mm-hmm. I think the lens of the project was perfect. I think it was a damn near a perfect album to drop. Yeah. And I think if you are going to call TDE a bad label, I think you're wrong.
That's what I was saying.
I understand it 2 years ago, but when you hear the music that is coming from this, I just gotta chalk it up to dog. They know what they're doing over there, bro. Like they know what they're doing. Bro. It may be on Orthodox. Yeah. It may be different. It may be new, but it's working. And look at SZA.
And that's the thing. That was gonna be my next point. Everyone, it should be different. Different labels should work differently. Yeah. Like their TDE doesn't make the type of music that y'all are asking them to make. Yeah. Where every year we're gonna drop an album. Yeah. That's not the type of music they make, and they didn't start out as a label making that type of music ever. That's why, you know, even with Kendrick leaving, Top Dog and what Kendrick, Absol, D.rock, Schoolboy, what all the foundation they laid, those artists, the new artists are still following. Isaiah Rashad, Ray Vaughn, SZA, they're all still following that model of the music is first. And the music, you know, how long it take, you're not going to put out no BS. We're not going to cheat you. And like you said, look at SZA, like pre-SZA, post, like right in that little pocket where Kendrick was disappeared and we didn't know SZA was going to be SZA. The argument could be then, all right, TDE might be falling off. They have the biggest R&B singer in the world right now that's not like a legend who's been doing it for 40 years. Yeah. Like SZA right now, biggest R&B artist in the world, easily.
She's still on tour.
Yeah.
Nothing but arenas. Still on tour. Like, or just got off. Like, it's one of them. Like,
especially considering where SZA started too. Because SZA started as a niche artist, as a, you know, underground artist.
I want to say like R.A. Lennox, Kalani. Yeah, Kalani.
And now she's
blossomed.
Like literally, if you ask like the average person the difference between Kalani and SZA first week numbers, they would have no frame of reference. That SZA was #1 for 40 million weeks. Like it's ludicrous to talk about. 40 million weeks. Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree with everything you said. The last thing I want to touch on today is we try to keep this about an hour and a half. We went way over that today, but this is important. Rap's birthday.
Yes.
I wanted to start off with a appreciation of rap first.
Right.
And I just want to ask you, I have 3 points I want to do with this. We're going to try to keep this under 12 minutes for the YouTube video, but I don't know if we'll be able to. So, but I try, I promise. Yeah. First, I just want to ask you, like, what rap means to you, because I think that's a very important question to ask, because it's such a regular part of our life. Like, there's not a day that goes by
where you don't,
where you don't hear it. And I mean, I don't think it's been a day since I was probably like 16 or 17 that I haven't heard at least one rap song.
Right.
So I just want to ask, like, what it means to you from start to this point in your life now. Try to sum it up, because I know you could do a show about that. Like, we could have a show about just what rap means to us.
I'll try to keep it short, but for me as a person, especially in my family, the way I grew up, rap has been omnipresent throughout my life since I was old enough to really have memories. My dad was an artist even before he rapped. My dad plays instruments, things like that. My uncles, everyone, my mom sings. My parents literally have songs where my dad is rapping and my mom is singing on the hook. So from the minute I was old enough to remember anything, I was listening to music, hearing music, making music. Some of my earliest memories are from enjoying music. And as I've grown older to appreciate not only how many different types of rap there are, but how many different type of artists there are, it would be like, music is the only thing that everyone likes. Whether you don't like hip hop, you like rock, whether you like rock or you like alternative, or I don't listen to dance or house, there's no person you will ever meet that doesn't listen to any music. And hip hop has been the voice of not only me, but everything I've loved in any part of the culture. Whether my favorite athletes, whether I knew it or not, LeBron in 03 head into his game with Get Rich or Die Trying on the CD. Like, things like that. Like Kobe being a huge hip hop guy. And the
Lil Wayne Kobe thing. Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. It's kind of one of the reasons how we started our show, how rap and sports culture is so synonymous, because in a way, rap for a long time became a league for us. And it still is, where people follow your stats. people track your greatest performances. There's debates about who's the best. It is a contact sport. And lastly, it's art, where nothing is out of bounds. Nothing is too crazy to do. No combination is too crazy to try. And some of the most important times in my life have coincided with albums coming out, seeing what, you know, I'm going through and what my other favorite artists are going through. Like, whether it's when I'm in high school and I'm trying to take, you know, especially like 10th, 11th, 12th grade, you kind of know, like, okay, especially for us, like, niggas with normal friends, but also, like, we're trying to do this above and beyond stuff, like trying to transition between different friend groups, trying to feel like you're trapped in a box of these people want me to act like this, these people to act like this. And at the same time, Kanye is dropping Yeezus. He's talking about the glass ceilings he's wanting and the expectations that people have on him. It's just interesting to see how music throughout our lives kind of parallels what we go through. And it makes you understand and love these songs so much more, where it's like there are some songs like you feel like you wrote with them, or some songs niggas put on and only you in the room want to cry. Everyone else having a, like, Hotline Bling. To this day, Hotline Bling come on, one of the saddest songs I've ever heard in my life. Breaks my heart to this day. Niggas cha-cha sliding around me. Like, it's so beautiful what rap has become. It's impossible to say really how much it means.
So how you just ended it is how I start. Like, it's really impossible to put into words what it really means. But I kind of have a different perspective because, of course, like, if you black, like, you grew up around it and it's been embedded in you and it's just naturally a part of you. Mm-hmm. But I was the kid that had to go sneak and listen to rap music. Yeah. I had to go up and turn the speakers down real quietly and go listen to the new mixtape songs and go to live mixtapes and go look at my brother's search history to see what I'm supposed to be listening to and all of that shit. So I would say my earliest memories of rap were around 9, 10, 11 years old, when Young Money was really starting to get the traction and become what we saw it becoming that 5-6 year span. We'll probably post this on Twitter, so if you go to my page and see how much I talk about Lil Wayne, that comes from a place. Like, that is not just like, oh, I cut on Lil Wayne when I was 16 and he said a bar and now I just can't stop listening. It was like, no, like, I grew up on this. I watched my brother react the way he did to a Millie and react the way people did to Got Money. And I watched Big T and, like, him on the stage and him at the award shows and the charisma and and I said, what? Like, what is this? Like, how is he so likable? Right. How? Because he's not normal. If you listen to Lil Wayne talk, he sounds like, he doesn't sound like he lives in a regular life. Right. Yeah. But it's something about his music that makes people gravitate towards him. Mm-hmm. And I was always interested in the aspect of art that is where you're able to connect with somebody that is as different from you as could possibly be. Right. But we have this one thing that a lot of normal people that aren't super into music or super into the art world may think you're weird. Like, you may think that I really connect with Pussy Money Weed by Lil Wayne, really weird. Yeah. But it's some bars in there that nobody's going to understand why I feel the way I do feel about that song. Or the same thing with Receipt on Carter 2. No, I say play that song and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's like, it's some bars on that song and they resonate with me. Yep. And I can go throughout his catalog. I can go through Drake's catalog, Kanye's catalog, Hope's catalog. Yeah. And there are songs, like you were saying with Yeezus, songs resonate with you. And for 4 or 5 months or 2 or 3 years, they can be the soundtrack to your life. They can be the soundtrack to every single day. When the Carter 5 came out, I listened to Let It All Work Out probably for 3-4 months straight.
To this day, bro.
Still to this day, whenever I have a bad day, whenever I have a bad couple of hours, I fail. I fail or something isn't going right. Yeah. Like, I cut it on, and it makes me feel good because I know the the moment that I felt this the first time.
Yeah.
24 off Donda, same thing. It makes me feel good. I cut that song going. Yeah. And you talk about albums that mean something to you. The Carter 4 and Watch the Throne mean a lot to me because I remember I got an iTunes gift card from my mom's best friend, and those were the first two albums I ever bought on my iPod. It was Watch the Throne and it was Carter 4. Yeah. And I listened to those albums every single day. I can damn near recite both of those albums because those were the first two albums I really brought in middle school. And that was kind of when my mom stopped really giving a fuck about me listening, what I was listening to and all that shit. So those were the first two albums. And the Lil Wayne era of 2010, the Lil Wayne and Drake era of Lil Wayne, Drake, and Kanye West of 2010 to 2014 means a lot to me. Yeah. Some of my favorite music, Take Care, Carter 4, Watch the Throne, Twisted Fantasy, what's the Magna Carta, Holy Grail, Yeezus, all of those times, that's who I was listening to. So for those of you who don't know, like Tyler, Mac Miller, Rick Ross, Gates, I'm trying to think of all the rappers I love. Who else I love? Uzi, Future, Thug, Gun. Well, they're older. But that era, like when y'all was listening to them, all I was listening to was Lil Wayne, Drake, Kanye West, and Hove. And it was because they just connected with me. Right. And then it's what I love about it is the phases you can go through.
Right.
Everybody has went through Eminem phase.
Facts.
Whether you like him right now, except for K. Shout out to K, because I know he gonna be one watching this. Yeah. but everybody has went through Eminem phase at some point. Mm-hmm. You went through your 50 Cent phase. I went through my 50 Cent phase about 4 years ago. Yeah. I went through a Snoop Dogg phase. I went through a Biggie phase. I went through a Nas phase. I went through a Thug phase, and then Thug became my fourth favorite rapper of all time. Yep. I went through a Hove phase because of my dad's love of Hove, and then I was like, oh my God, I had the Black Album on CD, and the Black Album and Take Care were the first two CDs I ever had. Yeah. And I had that album. That's why the Black Album is my favorite Jay-Z album. And everybody hates Justify My Thug, but I wasn't around when people hate Justify My Thug. So that was one of my favorite songs on the album. And it is just so amazing how rap can be, I think the perfect word is limitless. Yeah. And I love that the culture, that you saw it happen in the culture. Because when it first started, it was this. And it was only this, and we're not getting outside of this. Right. And then Andre 3000 came along. Yep. And then Kanye West came along. Yep. And then Pharrell came along, and not in order, of course. And then Pharrell came along, Hove. And Hove came along and started putting on a suit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Pharrell and Kanye got on pink polos. Yeah. Andre 3000 got on a dress. Yeah. Lil Wayne has a guitar and chains hanging off his jeans. Now Kanye has on shades with lines in them and a star in his head. And, he has auto-tune. And now T-Pain is only using auto-tune. And now Kanye West is designing fashion. And now Pharrell owns this. Yep. And rap has turned us from rappers to CEOs and to athletes and to brand ambassadors and to designers.
Ho's got an agent. He has a management company.
And to agents. Yeah. and to agents and to business owners and to legal trappers. Yep. It has turned into authors. It has turned us into philanthropists. It has turned us into this one little thing, this one little art thing that is nerdy and that anybody can pick up and do. Yep. This one thing has changed generations of people's lives forever and gave people one job, and that one job has turned into 10 different jobs. Nice. And that is the best thing I can say is that is why I say it is limitless. Because once you can say you're a rapper and you have made it as a rapper, you can go do anything else with your life. I said a basketball player, and I wasn't joking. J. Cole played in the NBA. J. Cole went and got a tryout with the NBA team and then went and played in the professional basketball league.
That's a fact.
Like, what Master rap can do, what this art can do, what this art form can do is limitless. And the last thing I will say, I hope this all can fit in the Twitter video. The last thing I will say is everything cool, everything fun, everything important in the last 25, 30, 40, 50 years has come from rap. Mm. All the dance moves, rap. Close, rap. Mm-hmm. The pregame music that you hear before the games.
Sporting events, rap. You hear rap.
And then rap became so popular and so gigantic and unmissable that now you turn on a pop song and you hear rap. Now you turn on a rock song and you hear rap.
I got you one more. you go see a movie, and it's a rap soundtrack now, which sounds crazy, cause it was crazy early 2000s. It's like, yo, you doing a movie? You scoring a movie?
Come on.
Now producers are doing whole albums.
Come on.
4 movies. And we're not, and it's not like, okay, 50 Cent gonna do Get Rich or Die Trying, he gonna drop an album. Eminem did 8 Mile, he gonna drop an album. No, we're talking about movies that gross billions of dollars. Like Black Panther, biggest movie dropped that year.
Go drop an album for this movie.
Literally. Spider-Verse, biggest movie of the year.
Hey, Metro.
Whole album is yours.
The Grinch. Hey, Tyler.
Bro,
we need you to score this music.
They put Metro in the movie. They put him in the movie.
Rapper turned actor.
Literally.
Like,
I wanted to ask you, because, it'll definitely fit on Twitter. You can put anything on Twitter, because we got Twitter Blue now.
Okay.
But your favorite rap memories. Like, just memory, like a memory you could remember where like it was playing in the back, like it was important to that moment.
I'm going to start early, and I'll give a couple. So, early, Lil Wayne's The Millie video. First time seeing that, I believe it was on BET. First time seeing that, I was like, yeah, something different. Like, connected immediately. Secondly, the Bedrock video. A lot of these are going to be music videos. The Bedrock video. Remember that vividly. Forever. I remember that moment in the LeBron movie that was coming with it. I remember all of that. The Lil Wayne and Drake tour. I remember that. Yeezus, the interview that came, the interview. I've always been attracted to and I won't pause. I've always been attracted to guys that think outside of the box, that do not conform to the standards.
Right.
Kanye West. That's why when Cam Newton drew his grades and refused to cut his hair, I love that.
Yeah.
It was stuff like that. That's why I'm always rooting for black quarterbacks that are themselves, that are 100% authentic. Right. Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts, Michael Vick, all of them. I love that. Kanye West. So the Yeezus interviews really resonated with me because, like you said, bro, it was just like so inspirational to see, like, like y'all aren't understanding. Like, we don't have to get into that, but so Yeezus.
We could go 2 hours on the video.
Oh God,
oh God, 2 hours on the interviews.
The Yeezus time, the albums on the building. I mean, the videos on the building, all of that. The first time I saw on Twitter the 50 Cent Mini Men, when he first dropped that was ridiculous. My first Lil Wayne concert at the Roxy, that was like, what the fuck? So that came, and then who else? What else? Some other stuff. The Donda rollout. I was there. I witnessed that whole thing. I was there in the moment.
How that was,
bro. Like, that shit was. I know
ridiculous. We know people that were in the Donda show.
Yes, bro. Like, that shit meant a lot to me. The Astro World Carter 5 rollout, that time, we were just talking about that. That time around, all these moments mean really, I will say this, Black, East Atlanta Love Letter, that was a specific moment in my life. I love that album. It's one of my favorite albums ever. So those are some moments. Ace Hood's bezel breaking at the Hip Hop Awards. I remember all of that. The Kendrick Lamar cipher, Control coming out. All of these moments, like, really are some of my favorites. Igor dropping. I was real inspired by Tyler's Igor because it just showed you, like, yo, this rap turned this nigga to an alternative pop star for 11 months. Like, just so crazy. You can go now, but just a million things.
I'll do a couple. I'll kind of go in order too. But the first time I was like trying to be cool. Do you remember the first time you was trying to be cool? I remember. I think it was 7th grade. No, it might have been. I think it was 6th grade. I was playing football for the first time. And Augustus was on my team.
It was 7th grade then.
It was 7th. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't school football. It was like.
Oh right. Okay.
So Augustus was on my team. Augustus was my man. So Augustus was cool.
Shout out to
the coolest niggas.
Shout out to Augustus.
Like, Augustus was in 5th grade, and he thought he was the senior. Like, Augustus used to put the polo on, like iron and shit.
Bro, shut the hell up. What you thought 10-year-old was a senior?
No, he was for sure.
He right though. Shout out to
he used
Augustus,
to just walk
bro.
around like
On God, bro.
But I remember we had just finished football practice, and like I had never played football, and I was feeling cool because I was good. It was hot, bro. My dad had came to pick me up, and I was in the passenger seat of the car, and I literally just turned the CD player on, and the Carter 3 had dropped like the day before, and the Carter 3 started playing. So my dad was talking to the coach. I'm just sitting in the car listening to it, and I start turning it up, and here come my Gus walking over me like, yeah, this that Wayne? I'm like, yeah, this that Wayne. Oh, yeah, you bought it? I mean, yeah, I'll be on it. Yeah. Never heard the songs before. I'm just like, yeah, I'll be rocking. And we just sat there and listened to it. Then the rest of the team go out, and we finally drove. I was like, man, that felt amazing. Like, I love it. the Kendrick 2014, the TDE cipher. I remember it was like me and my brother, a bunch of us, we were watching the ciphers too. We were all excited because they was going to rap. And I was like, man, ain't no way they really finna get to it. Boy, and they stepped up to the plate. I listened to that rap cipher like it's a song.
Bruh.
Like it's a regular song. Like if we in the car, I'm liable to put on that 2014 cipher.
Bro, you can go say the first 4 bars of that, and Devontae will rap the entire thing.
Bro, yeah, I love that. Dang, I had one more. Oh, okay, so this is more of a personal like rap moment, but okay, I hit the flex button. But I was in middle school, and my brother Dante, a bunch of them, they used to rap, so he brought me to the studio with them, and Black was there. And they had just made this new song. He's like, yo, listen to this. Like, yo, because they'll bring me in there to hear the music. So like, and I remember listening to it, and they spazzed on this shit. Like for the people listening, you can still find this song on YouTube with Black. Okay. It's called Pretty Dope-ish. And it's crazy. And it was one of my favorite memories because like, I was at least 5 or 6 years younger than everybody in there. But everybody was just sitting in the car. And my last real like hip hop memory that I'll share with y'all at least was this was also with my brother with the same group of niggas. Was the first time I think like school had just ended for me. And they used to always go to like Little 5 Points and go to Soul Food Cypher. Shout out to niggas in Atlanta who know about Soul Food Cypher. But they would go rap and stuff. And I remember I was at school and I was like, yo, let me come. And they finally let me go. Good Kid, Mad City had just dropped. And niggas got in the car and didn't say a word. From Covington to Atlanta. Just with the album playing. Niggas just in the car nodding. Nobody talking. Just nodding their head. One of my favorite memories, just sitting in there, just vibing. Everybody, nobody talking. Niggas went 30, 40 minutes without a word. Like, wow, he is spazzing. Like, going crazy, bro. But yeah, definitely some of my favorite, most fond hip-hop memories for sure.
I had more, but it's hot, and we've been going for 2 hours. Okay,
I'll do one. I'll do one more because we have been going for 2 hours. But we used to play spades at Georgia State at the tables, and like I would play the aux. But I got the girls to start doing like because they weren't playing. I got the girls to start doing this like they would like drum the beats. And I was playing spades. We was drinking, and absent-mindedly I put on Gold Digger, not even thinking I'm playing the cards. He starts singing. And then the table starts. I'm like, the fuck? They are slamming the table doing the drums. Yo, y'all are crazy. I look over, they're having the time of their life, bro.
Oh my God.
But man, we really went like 2 hours over.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, you're good.
I really just want to say I want to read this thing Puff said. And then kind of wrap it up. Next week, I do want to talk about, because this is the last thing we were going to hit was if we're in a good space in rap. So I'll leave you with that, and we can think about that and leave the audience with that. And if you guys have any points you want us to make or anything you want to talk about, let us know in the comments or text us if you got our number. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week. But I want to just read what Diddy said, because this is what really made me realize like the importance of this thing we call rap. He said, you gave me the chance to be an executive. You gave me the chance to be a designer. You gave me the chance to be a media mogul. You gave me the chance to be a philanthropist. You have been my therapist, my BFF, my ride or die. You are the most powerful art form in the world. There is no me without you. And that's just an excerpt of the little poem he put on Twitter. But that statement he made is true for 300, 400, 500 people.
Easy.
That this has made, this is rap for. And it may not be to Diddy's extent.
Right.
But to some extent, 400,000, maybe even thousands of people can feel that statement and know exactly what he's mean and point to a life where, this rap shit turned me into a designer at this moment. Turned me into a media mogul at this moment. And I think the last thing I'll say to wrap everything up is like, I think the reason they resonate with the reason this rap resonates with us and with, I would say, sports in the same way, especially basketball and football, is because it's all us. And it gives us, I think it's the first thing we see that is like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
It gives us our first dream. It gives us our first big imagination. Whether your parents tell you, no, you finna go do this, or you realize at 10, 11, I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't.
Or,
Well, you're not smacking backboard in 7th grade.
type shit. But that in the culture are the first things that we see where people look like us are making millions of dollars, are having a good time, look like as hard as they are working, look like they ain't working hard because they having so much fun.
Right, literally.
It gives us the belief. It gives us the first sliver of hope.
Yeah.
And I hope that for the rest of time, like, it still gives that feeling.
Right.
You gotta say at some point in your life, I know you want to be a rapper, but you can go you can go be a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. And it's because, like, we don't see no doctors having fun. We don't see no doctors being cool.
And
like,
I love
rappers
that
make
point.
everything cool and make everything. They make the impossible seem possible.
And that's
kind of how
that's perfect. And the way I'll end it is, rappers are the only job everybody wants. Dame, KD,
Everybody.
Lonzo, all got albums. They want to be them, bro. That rappers, no matter what your job is, you wanted to be a rapper at some point.
It's the coolest shit in the world.
It's the coolest shit in the world, bro.
Truly, bro.
Yeah, listen, thanks y'all for listening. Y'all hung around for a long episode today.
Shit. I'll break this up into a lot of parts so y'all
sure.
can go find what y'all need.
Yeah, we gonna chop it up. It'll
Yeah.
be on Twitter, it'll be on YouTube, it'll be on
Type
TikTok. This is Hip Hop 95, last number one streaming hip hop station. Shout out The Spot. Shout out
Open Book. Shout out
Open Book.
Shout out to Grace from the Six YouTube
Shout
channel.
out to Grace from the Six. Like, follow, subscribe for reactions.
Shout out to Ignorant Youth Clothing.
Shout out Luxury ATL.
Shout out Luxury ATL. Shout out Pandora Studios. Anybody else we like? Just shout out to Barry, Chris, Roby, Stunner.
Shout out to
Tyrone,
interns.
the chat, all of them niggas.
Yeah.
Shout out to T. Shout out to Alicia.
The interns that quit. Shout out Roby.
And shout out to Beyonce.
All the